Muted. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. If you're here, say hi in the chat. All right. So if you haven't been tuning in to the last live streams, or if you have actually, then I've been working on this other app called Regex Breakfast. Hey, how are you? Hey, I'm Tranchi. But this time, because that time or last time we got a little bit bogged down in the design of the Regex Breakfast app. So I thought this time we would jump back and do the curriculum app again, which I kind of took a break from it because I was already on the 18th live stream. I'm good. Yeah, so now, but there are some things like I would like to get this hosted and working. So I'm going to work on this today. If you want to see this, the link should be in the description below to the GitHub repo for this repository. And it's always on my GitHub anyway. So you can look at gwenf/curriculum-app and find the README with how it runs, the API, mockups, everything like that. And I have some issues here that basically things that I need to fix in the app. And feel free to raise an issue if you see something that you think should be fixed as well. Hey, Robinson, how are you? Oh, okay. This is a dependency bump. I'll worry about that later. So, yeah, where do we start? So there are a couple things that need to be fixed. Of course, the home page is off. There's no login or sign up page. And also, I just created a dummy curriculum here. I can check off things that I finish, but there's no progress bar like there is in the mockups. Oops, went to the wrong page. So in the mockups, there's a progress bar for where you are in the curriculum. But here, even if I go here, there's no progress bar. There's no progress bar in sections. I would like to have some progress bars for these things. And maybe even a number, like you've completed, 20 out of 50 or something. And then another thing is you can't edit these. So this pops up here. I have an icon, like a pencil icon, but it doesn't do anything. It's just an icon. And here too. So I'd like to start with editing these. And then fix all of these things one at a time. So let's see. These edits. So I need to get to this page. So this is, and if you're looking at the code, I know someone was confused about this because there's curriculum, curricula. So curricula is plural and curriculum singular. So I guess maybe that's confusing if English isn't your first language, or maybe people don't commonly use this type of plural. I'm not sure. So this page right here is just displaying one curriculum. So I think it's this page. So here's the icon, but there's no click event for this icon. This is the icon that hovers here. So the MD pencil box outline. So let me go ahead and clean this up first so I can add a click event. And then I'll have to add an @click here to run some kind of function. And I guess it should be, well, first, if you click this, then I guess I have two options here. I can either do some kind of pop-up to edit this, or I can do content editable, or I can change this into an input field to edit. So that's 3 options, I guess. And I think Trello does content editable, and that works pretty well. Yeah, I might try that. And let me see if Vuetify, which is the design framework I'm using for this, has some kind of content editable design. Hey again, Hacker Legends, how are you? Editable steps, content editing. Now these are in tables, but maybe it's something we can reuse. Okay, so it's an editable field. I really like this. So if I did this, yeah, I like that. But it's inside this template. So v edit dialog. Let me see if I can find an edit dialog. Overflow buttons. Nope. So there's no edit dialog, so I think that's form specific. Let me go back to the forms. And where was it? This one. Actually in the Vuetify docs, I can see all the components here. Yeah, so this is part of the table. So I have to have this list nested inside vtable, I'm guessing, for it to work. That's okay. I think I'm going to change this to the HTML content editable. So I'll just change the prop, and I guess I'll start with the title here. So I'll change this to content editable and see how that works. Okay, so I can just conditionally set a content editable prop on the text. Okay, so maybe I'll do a toggle edit function, and then I'll have to pass it but I just want it for this only this H1. So I want to conditionally set content editable to true or false. Hey nobodies, how are you? I'm back working on the curriculum app. So I'm setting content editable. Oh, yeah, I have an error. I'm good. I've been stuck in the house for so long now that just been getting a lot of stuff done. I have a podcast coming out tomorrow. So you can see it on my YouTube channel. It's coming out 7 a.m. my time, Eastern time. So you can see it on my YouTube channel. Let me know what you think. So content editable. Yeah, I'm doing it in seasons, so I think I'm gonna release 4 episodes, one every Monday, and then take a month off and then release another 4. But it's been a lot of fun getting to interview people for it. Awesome. So I need to conditionally set this to true or false. So I'll just start with false. Well, let me see how this looks actually if I just set it to true. Okay. The thing about content editable is I think it's going to be harder to validate. So if I toggled an input, like had a v-if here instead, v-if, you know, whatever, just putting anything there, and then a v-else here, something with like a v-input, and this would be v-else. So I would have a lot more control over. No, content editable's in HTML. And I'm guessing the reason why a lot of people haven't heard of it. Oh, that's dumb. Okay. Is because you're not supposed to use it. So see how if I click on this, nothing happens? I can double click. But this is set to content editable, so I can edit it right here. Yeah, just makes you able to edit anything in the browser. But yeah, I think I'm going to do an if-else instead of content editable. Because now that I'm looking at it, I feel like it's not that intuitive. It might be better to have an input and then like a save button instead of just an enter kind of. Yeah. And then I can do validation easier. Or that's what I'm thinking anyway. You mean the rules of not using content editable? Yeah, my first thought was that it would be much easier. But now I'm thinking it's just not a good idea. V input. Or is it V text input? Let me look at my form, what I'm using there. No, this one. V text field, this is it. Okay. So I need to do something with the V model. Okay. So now I have to decide here is I have selected curriculum.name, which is, so selected curriculum is being mapped. So on mounted, it's set. So it is in data, so I can use vModel here. So I'll vModel this. Okay. And then get some space here. So vModel. Arbitrary rules about tag usage. What tag? What tag am I using? I'm not sure what you're saying. Okay, so I have a text field, and this will be v else. And now I need some kind of way to set this to true or false. So toggle edit, and then I think this is just going to be a method, and I'm going to pass in, hi mister, how are you? So this can be a method, and I'll pass in whatever I want to change. And I need some kind of a flag for content editable, like I don't know, an is edit flag or something. And then I need it separately for each field, or not for content editable. Oh, hey Athmane, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Okay, so I have the V model. So I need to figure out where to put this flag. Like if I have an is edit, but I need this to only be true or false if, you know, this particular one is clicked on. So I have to look inside of this selected curriculum object basically. And so selected curriculum, let me look inside my, inside my store. So index here in my store. And oh right, it's mapping to this curricula, which is this object. Let me pull it in from here actually. So this is the curricula object with the name, goal, description. So I wonder if locally, if I make a second like is edit here or something. Or I guess what I can do is just have one. Oh, I have an idea. So here in my data, I can have edit field, and I can set this to whatever field I'm trying to edit, and that way they can only edit one field at a time. Does everyone know what I'm talking about? Do you have any other ideas? So I'm thinking, so if they click on, okay. Yeah, so if they click on this, so if they click on one of these, for example, this will turn into an editable field. Propose a renderless component. Oh wait, I missed these chats for some reason. And expose method switching in the state edit read only. What do you mean a renderless component? Storing a lot of flags. How about making the input actually, I don't think that's a bad idea. Make it read only, switch between read only. And then I could make different styling too, to make it look like it wasn't an input. Oh, just a component for switching state. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe I'll do that when I clean it up after I get this working. But I like that read only. So instead of the H1, but then I'm going to have the input styles for everything. It would be nice in live streams, I think, if everyone had access to like click on the code and make edits and stuff. That would be interesting. Anyway, so here the idea was that if it was only a text field, meaning it was only ever a text field, I feel like there's going to have to be a lot of styling because this is supposed to be an H1 and we're kind of taking it out of its natural element if we're making it permanently an input actually. And I do want buttons here too to save and then change it back to H1. So I think I'm going to keep this for now actually. And try it. So here I would say if edit field so if edit field equals name, I guess I should do that. Okay. So if edit field equals name, no, this would be true. So if it does not equal name, then render it normally. But if it equals name, then it should render this. So now I have to make this function toggle edit. Yeah, I think, so that was my first idea, and you're right, I think that was really bad to have a bunch of flags. But now I'm thinking just have one flag. It's not even a flag, it's just edit field, and then it says which field to edit, and then the VIF checks VIF its name, basically. Maybe it'll make sense when I put it in here. So toggle complete, so after this, okay, so this is where the checkboxes, basically it calls the API. If you check a checkbox, it checks off an item. So toggle edit, and then I'll take in the, I guess, field, and then this dot edit field equals field. So let me see if that works here. Yay! Now there's no way to get out of it. Let me do this one real quick. So I have the description here. Oh yeah, let me add this. And model it to the right thing, and then I need to steal this VIF. So edit field equals description. Oops. And then I need the @click too on the icon. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Oops. The icon and then description. All right. Sweet. And you can't have two at the same time. So if I click on this, it toggles. Awesome. So now I need to add buttons, basically. Let me add a cancel button. So let me look at, I don't even know what an overflow button is. Oh, selection list, not what I want. Position absolute type of deal. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to do it myself, because Vuetify should have, you know, whatever it's called, like the post input. So this slot, the end slot here. Oh, my face is in the way. This end slot here, can you see? Yeah, this X, I should be able to put a button on that side of the input just by default with Vuetify. I'm hoping. I figure they have to have that. So where am I? Forms and inputs, text fields. That's what pretty much all my inputs are, text fields. Okay, so they do have icons that they add at the end. So I could have icons. Icon slots, label slots, validation. Or I could just use vRow, vColumn and map it out like that. Yeah, because this is an append icon prop. So if I don't want an icon and I want a button. Oh yeah, the slot. Let me look at for the slots. Slots. Oh, okay, yeah. A pen slot would work great. Cool, thanks. Yeah, let me try that. So let me go to this one and yes, the less styling, the better. So, oh yeah, V slot. And then here, oops, I can put VBTN, save, let me do cancel. Oops. Okay, let me try refreshing it. Yay, I have a cancel button now. Sweet. It's kind of ugly. I could do, I think there was an append outer slot. Yeah, I think that's better. It looks weird with the line over it. Okay, and then I'll have a save button too. So save or cancel. Okay, it's kind of ugly, but actually, you know what I can do is give these buttons a small prop. And that'll make them fit in line a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's better. And then this one, I'm going to give it the class of margin right of 4 pixels. No, that's 16 pixels. 4 pixels. Because this is in increments of 4. So let me move my face again. Hello, can you hear me now? Yeah, it is a continuation of other streams, but I mean, it's just an app that I'm jumping into again. You know, I can't start a new app every time. So there's specific updates that, okay, good. There's specific updates that I'm making, and you can see the whole app, all the requirements, README, everything. If you go to my GitHub, Gwen F, and look for curriculum app, yeah, and then you can see all the information about what we're working on. Okay, so cancel. So we need a cancel function, which will be easy because we just set this dot edit field to an empty string, and then it'll close all of these. So let me try that. So cancel. Sweet. And now it's not editable anymore. Oh, you're working through Free Code Camp? What stage are you in the curriculum? Okay, so cancel that. And now let me add the buttons on this one too. So, and eventually I'll clean this up and pull out some of these things into separate components. But for right now, I just want to get this working. Okay, so that's the text field. Let me go to this text field. Okay, and then put the template in here. Cancel on that one. Sweet, awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, the 3-hour free code camp tutorial. I'm going to be updating that one soon, actually. I know I've mentioned it a few times, but I'm just waiting for Vue 3 to come out to make a new one of those. All that information is still good because fortunately Vue 3 is not deprecating the old APIs, but they're adding in some really cool new ones. You made a Vue component library? So are you saying you have your own Lerna repo? I mean, so Lerna puts a bunch of repos in one. Have you considered making some tutorials? Yeah, so I actually have a tutorial in the works. So, okay, so I'm launching a YouTube video later today that's kind of a deep dive into NPM. And then after that, I'm working on one that's about making Vue CLI packages. So you know how Vuetify, you can type in Vue add whatever the package is. So I'm working on a series, or it might just be like one crash course video of how to create a Vue CLI package. Oh, cool. I don't know about Bootstrap. It depends on what type of Bootstrap. Like if you're doing Vue.js, they have Vue Bootstrap. But if you just want to learn the Bootstrap classes, I think something like YouTube or Team Treehouse would be good if you just want a quick deep dive into what Bootstrap is and how it works. Okay, so save, I need okay, I need an @click on this save. So @click equals, I guess I'll do save edit. And then I'll have to pass in which field is being saved to. So save edit, and let me put this up here as well. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's one of the places where the Vue.js documentation is lacking in, you know, how to do some more advanced things with the Vue CLI, like create your own packages. So I think that would be useful to make a tutorial on that. One of my friends has a package. Oh, save edit. That's all I needed. He has a testing package for Vue, and he wants to make it into a CLI package. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then there's also another Vue UI library called Foundation. Or there's another UI library called Foundation. And I want to put it into Vue components because actually the layouts, so all of these frameworks like Vuetify, the one I'm using, use Flexbox, and Foundation has this, I think it's a more modern layout than Flexbox because it kind of resembles CSS grids because you have horizontal and vertical control without some of the quirkiness of Flexbox. So yeah, so I'm excited about putting that into code, and I'm actually planning on live streaming that too, starting that in the next week or two. So yeah, this is kind of an aside, but if you look here, I made a new I made a new group on GitHub with these repositories that I'm going to start working on Foundation Vue. So yeah, that's coming. And plus I think it would be cool. So if you're using Flexbox directly in the browser, yeah, it is more available. But Foundation, the way they implemented it, it works in, just as many browsers as Flexbox does, because it's a framework and they made it work in all the different browsers. It's actually it's not exactly the implementation of CSS grids, but the outcome is pretty similar. Tailwind, I think that was the one I tried where I felt like I was adding, 50 classes to every single element. So I think there are good ideas in like Tailwind and Tachyons and those type of libraries, but it just wasn't, I guess, my cup of tea. All right, so now I have to do something with the save method. So yeah, well, first I take in the field. And then, so with toggle complete, I'm just updating a Boolean on the checkbox. So let me go into the backend, the server API, curricula. So get. So I think I'm using this patch request. Actually, I'm using this patch request for the checkboxes. So I'm going to need to make a new VueX method action. Okay. Item ID and item. Okay, so this patch won't work, but I need another patch. So let me make another method here. Can you suggest me where to go? I do my project. So you mean after the Vue.js one? I think that's pretty much, because it's 3 hours long. I built 2 apps in the course. And I think if you made it all the way through that, there's no reason why you can't start building your own. Because, yeah, you can take more courses, but, you're going to learn so much more building your own project. That said, if you're looking for some good Vue material, so I think Vue Mastery is my favorite site for like Vue courses and stuff. It is paid. They do have a couple free courses, but the free courses are pretty basic. Yeah, they have more advanced courses, but it's a paid site if you pay for the subscription. I don't know, they might have a free trial or something, but these courses, like, you can get in-depth Vue content here if you want to go deeper. I don't know if it's that good if you haven't built a project on your own, But if you've worked in Vue for a little while, then these are excellent to kind of up your Vue game, I guess. There's also Vue School. I don't think it's expensive. Well, I shouldn't say that because I live in the US, so some places it might be more or less expensive than here. But yeah, $19 a month. This isn't that expensive because when you look at Treehouse I think it's $30 a month. And then Front End Masters is like $39 a month. So this is pretty reasonable. And then there's also Vue School, so the thing about Vue School, I have a count on here, is they have really good courses, but one of their teachers, I think it's their main teacher maybe, his accent is really, really thick. So I am not able to speed up lessons on here. It's a little bit harder for me to understand. So I would listen to these first because they have a lot of good material on here too. But I would listen to them first to make sure you're going to be able to understand the teacher. Yeah, so anyway. Oh. Yeah, the differences between countries stink sometimes. The price differences. Yeah, I'm on Twitter or a Discord account. I've been thinking about making a Discord group, but my channel's not quite big enough, but I think eventually I will. You can find me on Twitter, Faraday Academy. That's my coding one. My other one, Gwendolyn Faraday, sometimes I post things about sports or, anything else. So you might not want to follow me on there. Okay. Yeah, I will make a Discord. I'm on Discord a lot. So I already am in like 25 chats on Discord because there's JavaScript groups and Python groups and meetup groups. And it seems like every coder is on Discord. Yeah, I'll think about making Discord soon. Making a Discord. Okay, so I need to save function and then an API. So, okay, so I have different patches here. So this is, let me drag this over because this is in the front end. So this one specifically patches for the checkboxes. So this is, I guess, deeply nested API. So what I want though is just to update not even inside sections. So just at the root level, of the object, I want to update like the name, goal, description. Actually, I'm not showing the goal anywhere. I need to fix that. But so what would the API look like? Let me make a patch here. Patch curriculum. I think this would work for the patch. Yeah. Yeah. One thing about the Vue.js community is they have a lot of, I guess, really in-depth conference material, which has been good. Like, who is it? Sarah Drasner, Evan Yu, all of those people talk a lot. And it's not just like intro or what they've updated. Like they do in-depth explanations about stuff. There's also front-end masters. So if you're interested in Vue animations, and some more in-depth courses. Front-end masters, I know Sarah Drasner does workshops on front-end masters, and she goes in depth about Vue animations. And then Evan Yu has Vue.js Advanced on the front-end masters site as well, which I thought that was pretty good, his explanations of how Vue works under the hood pretty much. So patch curriculum. So, okay, API URL / curriculum ID. Send a patch request to that. And then update, but I'll comment that out for now. So this would mean here I need a patch request on the curriculum ID. So this one. Yeah, and it should be calling, because / curriculum ID, it will call this in the API. And then update 1. Now, okay, so I think I have all this extra stuff here because I'm updating the nested API. Okay, bye nobodies. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be on again a couple times this week. See you. I can't believe it's been almost an hour again. All right, so this patch request, curriculum update 1. So I find the ID from this. I get the ID here. And then basically I'm not checking the params that come in. With request.body. Yeah, so I'm just assuming that I'm sending in the right thing. That's fine for right now. So, and then it'll update anything I send in basically. So let me see if this works. Let me call this patch curriculum. First, actually, let me do it in REST client. So let me send a patch request. So let me get the ID here and send a patch request. By the way, I use REST client because I use Firefox. Oh, I didn't send anything in. Yeah, so I will get the exact same thing back because I didn't send anything in. I use REST client because this is the better one in Firefox. Most people use Postman, but that's more of a, I guess, a Chrome tool. And since I don't use Chrome, I don't use Postman, but this works the same way. Yeah, anyway, so let me send in a patch request. So let me put name. I'll update the name. So instead of Vue.js, I'll put Vue 3. Okay, send. Success. And now let me get and see if it updated. It didn't update at all. Let me look at the logging. Find one. Okay. So maybe I need to put in a header here. So application JSON. Okay. It says success again. Yay, now it updated. So I just needed to change the header. Oh, cool. I didn't realize it was standalone. It's been so long since I used it. Maybe I'll check it out again. Thanks. I know in here I can save. Oops. Well, obviously it's buggy. But somehow there's a sidebar that I can get in and save all my, yeah, basically all of this stuff, so I can just pull it up again. But the problem is it's stored in the browser, and since every time I close the browser, it's wiped out, because I have it set to clear my history, local storage, all that stuff. So it's wiped out, and then it doesn't persist. So maybe I'll try Postman again. Okay, so this is working. That's updating correctly. That's good. So now I need it. Okay. So now I need it in here to call that. So I am calling it, so patch curriculum. So let me call it from the component. So in save edit, I need to call, oops, patch curriculum. Oh, wait. And map actions, patch type. So I'll put this beginning actually. So patch curriculum. And now I can use this dot patch curriculum. And then what do I need to pass in? So basically I just need to pass in the curriculum ID and whatever fields I want updated in an object. So this is basically how I'll get the ID. So I'll pass that in. Okay, so I'll pass it in. So let me do a payload object. Payload equals, and then curriculum ID will be this underscore ID. And then I need to pass in the body, which is another object. So I'll do this outside. And in the body, so I need to pass in, okay, so first I need to find the field, because the field, okay, so for right now I'm assuming it's not a nested field. So what I'll do is const let's say body equals okay, so I don't even need this. So what I need is so I need to get the field off of selected curriculum. So it's going to be field. So selected curriculum field. So yeah, this will be a body object. So const body equals selected curriculum field. So this will be inside of an object. So field and this. Okay, I think that's right. So now the field name that I pass in, like name or description or something, So in body, it will set name or description equal to the correct value for that field. And then I pass body in here, basically. Hey, infographs. Oh, I use Firefox because it's the only, browser not made by one of the major tech companies, because I want to support what they're doing. And they have really good dev tools, and sometimes they're even ahead of Chrome in their dev tools now. But yeah, I don't know about the SSL injection stuff or the features for it in Firefox. So that might be behind Chrome. Yeah, so now I'll pass in the payload. So I'm calling patch curriculum in my actions, passing in the payload, which is the curriculum ID in body, which is the body is the field that I want to update in the value. Okay, and I'm getting these two things. I'm passing in the body object here, the curriculum ID. So this patch should now work. So let me try and see if save edit works. Also, I'll log out this payload from the component. So yeah, let me see. So I'm going to change this back to Vue.js. Okay. Oh, selected curriculum is not defined because it's this dot selected curriculum. Okay, so let me try again. Edit this. Okay, that looks promising. Now let me do a get here. Now it's back at Vue.js. Yay, it works. Awesome. The only other thing, I need to turn off the edit. So okay. I should probably have a spinner here. A spinner and then error check this. But I might just add that to a list for the future. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. And then I'm going to create an issue for this in GitHub. So I have save edit working, and this works for both of these, maybe? Let's see now. Let me do get again. Yeah, so it works for the root level fields anyway, for these ones. And then here I have this checkbox working and updating. So I need to be able to edit these ones, and I need to see progress, and also be able to add new like resources and projects, basically CRUD operations for all of these. So it's definitely going to take a while to do all of this. So I guess what I can do, because I have a few more minutes here, so what I might do is go ahead and add, get out of this. I could go ahead and add icons here and prepare for more editing. And I especially think it's going to be hard here because there's a click event in this whole title. So I'm going to have to do something about the bubbling, or put the, yeah, I think I'm going to have to stop propagation and elevate the icon here. Anyway, so let me start putting edit icons on these ones. So where is my loop? So these are the sections. This is the loop, these expansion panels for sections. And then, so in both resources, because there can be as many resources as you want to put and as many projects. So in resources and projects, I'm going to have to put edit. Let's see where I'd put it. So this is router link. So yeah, inside the vlist item title, I need to put an edit. Hey James. Yeah, my cat wants attention. So my door is closed, but she's trying to bring me toys. She always tries to bring me toys, and she thinks that's what makes me want to pet her or scratch her or something. So toggle edit, and I will have to pass in, I guess, which section it is and which resource in here. But for right now, I'll just leave that. Oh, wait. So let me see, because here it's a hover icon. So this is inside of the H1. Oh, there's a class of hover icon container. That's right. So now here, I'll have to put that class in here. Hover icon container. And now let me see. Oh, sweet. Awesome. So now I have that. So I'll do the same thing for projects. Here. And then I'm also going to make a GitHub issue for code cleanup too, because this component needs to be broken up and cleaned. So after the router link, do the icon there. Sweet. So now I have editable icons. Of course, it's in a loop, so now it's in all of these. I also need an icon here, and I think I'll make a static icon here for like a plus sign for adding. So resources, projects, and yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. So that would be in the subheader. So let me make this multi-line. Yeah, here. And because I have this set to display none, I need to get rid of that custom class I made. Okay, so that's not showing up. So let me see, did I put the CSS? No, I didn't put it in here. So where did I just put, okay, projects. So there should be an icon there. But for some reason it's not showing. So I think I need to look in my Sass because I might just be hiding that icon by accident. Oh, I might be hiding all pencil icons. So let me look and see if I have a plus icon somewhere. No, let me look for V icon. Yeah, so I'll take, actually I'll just take this and then put this type of icon in here. Let me see if that shows up. Yeah, so that shows up, the X. Okay. So maybe if I do add plus, okay. I do want plus outline though, not just a plus sign by itself. So it looks like maybe I can try adding the dash outline. Okay, that's not good. Let me try box. Maybe that's what I want, box. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Okay, good. So let me just add this icon real quick to resources. Okay, so now I have the plus icon, and I'm actually going to give it some margin left, just the icon, because it's pushed up against, let me put these classes together. So class equals margin left of 4 pixels. Okay. And Vuetify has all of these classes built in. So let me, so that way I don't have to write my own custom CSS for it all. So let me write, yeah, so no, I think I put that in the wrong place. Where did I mean to put that? So here's resources. So, oh, so I meant to put it in projects. So let me put the class here. Okay, that added a margin left. So I think that looks pretty good. So next time I need to make all these work. I need to make this add button. Actually, one more thing is instead of gray for the plus buttons, I'm going to put success. Yeah, so that'll make it green. I think that makes more sense. So that's for projects. Now let me do that for resources. Yeah, that's funny. I would say we could make like t-shirts and stuff with, you know, jokes like that, but I don't know how well a joke about, you know, coronavirus will come across right now. Okay. Oh yeah, that click property. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for today's stream. I think I'll have to look at my schedule, but I'll post later about when my streams are for the week this week, because I'll probably be streaming 3 or 4 times, once on the other app and 2 or 3 times on this app maybe, to finish hooking this up, you know, fix this page, make a sign up form, do all of that stuff, because I would like to get this hosted where people can use it in the next couple weeks. So yeah, so that's it. I am coming out with a tutorial later today on NPM, unrelated, but you know, a deep dive into NPM, semi-deep dive, intermediate dive. And then tomorrow's my podcast, so it'll be on my channel 7 a.m. Eastern time if you want to check it out. I'm working on getting it on podcasting platforms too. So yeah, so if you want to make a comment about this curriculum, raise an issue, you know, give me ideas or feedback or anything, feel free to reach out to me or post on the GitHub here. So until next time, I'll post when I'm streaming again later today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye.